Hey crafty friends, it's Alyssa with Crafting to Cope, and I'm on today with a quick little tutorial of a super easy pencil pack that you can make. You can make it for craft fairs, you can make it as party favors. I'm going to be making these for trick-or-treaters and also for my son to share with his class. And so what I do is just take a cute little piece of paper, decorate it, and then put a few pencils in there. And there's all kinds of ways to make these. I picked the simplest way to make them because I just want to make a whole bunch of them for my neighbor. So my neighbor actually does a huge Halloween celebration. She decorates everything, and she gives out full-size candy bars, her and her husband, and they sit out there with a campfire and cider, and they go all out. And I thought, what fun would it be to give her a bucket full of favors to hand out to the trick-or-treaters that are non-food, because there are a lot of kids that can't eat those types of things, and so this way they would have an option. So again, I picked the easiest way to do it. I used some double-sided paper and then just some stickers and then some pencils that I get from the Dollar Tree, and I just decorate them all up. These are great to do for craft fairs, for gifts for students or in your kids' class. It's also just really cute to do for trick-or-treaters. So I'm going to go through what you're going to need in order to do that. So we're going to need a scoreboard, some sort of paper trimmer, of course, pencils. You're also going to need some bags to put your finished product in, and then glue. And I use my Sweet Petunia glue press with art glitter glue, and I will link everything below. And we are going to use this Doodlebug paper kit, and so this is Happy Hauntings, and I thought we would use this cute little double-sided paper here, and then also this sticker sheet, which I'm going to take out so we have that ready to decorate. And I'm just going to go through and show you how I make these quick. Again, there are a lot of different ways to make pencil packs, and I'm picking really the easiest way, just so I can make a lot of them. Now, if you're going to make them for craft fairs, there are other ways to make them, and I'll go through that in a different tutorial, but we're going to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is move these ones out of the way. We're going to cut down our paper, and again, you're going to want to pay attention to your direction. What I do is I want them to fit into this bag. So this bag is 2 inches. So I make my finished product 1.5 inches, but I use 6 inches the long way. So I'm just going to cut my paper here at the 6-inch mark. And I lost my blade. And then again at 6 inches. And then I'm going to take the strip and throw it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this at 4.5 inches. Because again, I want them to be skinny enough to fit into the bags that I have. Obviously, you can make them bigger if that's what you want to do, but I'm going to do mine at the 4.5. And then I'll just hang on to this little scrap for something else. You could also use that scrap if you wanted to make bag toppers for yours, but since mine are for trick-or-treaters, they're just going to get thrown in a bag. I'm not going to get that fancy. Okay, and that's all you're going to need your cutter for. So I just turned my 12 by 12 into 4 pencil packs. And so then we are going to use the scoreboard, and we are going to score with the top of your paper. Again, pay attention to your direction. This is going to be the top of your paper, and we're going to score at 1.5 and then 3. And I'm just going to do that 4 times, and that's all you're going to need your scoreboard for, is to do the 1.5 and the 3. This is actually a really easy way to make nail file folders too. Like if you wanted to sell cute nail files or give them as a gift or make them as stocking stuffers, This is a really easy way to make nail file folders too. And I'm going to keep this out because I didn't set aside a bone folder to use. So when all that's done, you'll see you have 4 that are scored. I'm just going to fold them on the score line and burnish them. And I think I'm going to do a couple, sometimes my lines seem to, that one, the lines seem to be a little off. I don't know what I did. We'll come back to that one. Real problems here. I'm going to do one of each way. I'm going to do the pretty stars, and then I'm also going to do the ghosties. So sometimes they get a little off like this, and it's easy to fix. All you do is I'm going to put this one on the inside and that one on the outside, and then we're fine. So we're going to work on these two. So when you find the top of your paper, which on this one it won't matter as much, but this is directional, you're going to want to take this corner and fold it down to meet this first line, which is a little easier for you to see if I hold it up. So you're just going to want to take this corner and fold it. This paper is super thick, so it doesn't fold as easy, but you're going to want to fold it down and then just burnish it with whatever you have laying around. Sometimes I use the handle of my scissors because this you're really not going to see. So you just get it to that line and then burnish it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to make sure this still folds in, which it does. You're going to take glue and you're going to glue these 2 little flaps down like this. And so, let's hope my glue's not. And it doesn't need to be pretty because these are getting pushed in. And I'm doing it at a distance, so it's hard for me to see. So then you're just going to push these down, and then I kind of just go over them so they stay. And the little glue will leak out, and that's no big deal. Because this is the inside. Just like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to fold it like this. So on this side, we are going to put just a bead of glue right here on this flap, and then on the first 2 little sections down here. And that's all the glue we're going to put on this side. We're going to fold that over, and we're going to push it down to make sure that it adheres. And this art, if you haven't used art glitter glue, which is what I have in my glue press, it is really strong glue and it glues pretty fast. So now this flap we can glue all the way over. And what I like to do is I use these little clips that I get from the Dollar Tree. I use them all the time in my projects. It's okay if when you're done, you see this little, it's kind of lifted here. That's actually perfect because we're going to put the pencils in there. So now for this, I'm going to glue this bottom all the way and put this bead of glue around the corner and then a little on the inside. Because I want this to be all the way down. And what I do is I want the bottom to stay closed. So I just put these little guys on here while I work on the next one. And up here raises a little bit too, just because it's so many layers. So I just put that there while I work on my next one. So again, you're gonna fold this corner to the line, burnish it down so it stays. And they don't have to be perfect. This is kind of just, I'm doing it kind of fast, but usually it's closer to me and I spend a little more time on it. But they really, it's the kind of craft where you can't tell if it's not perfect. And then you just have to make sure it folds down before you glue it. So like this will be fine. So now I'm just going to glue these corners like I did on the last one. And you don't really have to do this. You could just glue it straight up. This one just is kind of a little cuter, shows a little more decoration. And really, you see my paper's a little turned here. It does not matter because nobody's going to see that. All right, so now we're going to do the bead of glue here in the first 2 panels. This paper is so cute. And then this whole flap underneath this triangle here, we are going to do it along the edges just to make sure that it gets a good hold. And then a little on the inside. And then this one is already dry because our glitter glue dries really fast. So we'll just do 2 and then I'll do the other 2 off camera. So I have these fun pencils from the Dollar Tree and they have these nice bright colors. And then this one has some other bright colors. So I'm just going to open up this pack and I'm going to pick out 3 pencils. So I think I'll do and then I'm going to pick out 3 for this one as well, but I think I'm going to take them out of this pack because this one seems to match it pretty good. So I'm going to take these 3. And then I just take my 3 pencils in whatever order you want them in. And you can kind of squeeze the sides a little bit and it'll help open it up so you can get the pencils down. And then I'm going to look at this fun sticker sheet and find a cute sticker to put on here just for some extra decor. And I think I'm going to put, let's see, it already has a ghosty. So I'm just going to put this cute little pumpkin right here. And then some of them, like that, I did these ones, I used Dollar Tree stickers and I used the 3D stickers. Just use whatever you have. And then this one should be dry. And I'm just going to take these 3 pencils and kind of squeeze it a little bit so it opens up. And you can push them down however far you want. Sometimes they go a little further. And then I think I'm going to put this cute little owl on here because it kind of contrasts with that. And that's all I really do for decoration because, again, these are for trick-or-treaters. If I was going to do these for a craft fair, I would probably get a little more creative. And then what I do is I put them in the bag with the pencils at the top that's closed. And I make sure that the sticky tab is towards the back. And I just push them all the way up, remove the tab, and fold it up. And I have this cute little pencil pack to give out to trick-or-treaters or whatever you want to do. It's just so fun and so easy. And you can get pencils all over the place. I mean, even like Walmart and stuff usually has pencils for holidays. So those are the cute little pencil packs. And how fun will that be to just have a little container of them to hand out to trick-or-treaters. I'm probably going to need a bigger container because I'm going to make a lot more, but they are just so fun. So those are adorable pencil packs. I will put all of the supplies I used for this super easy tutorial down below. Obviously just paper. You don't even necessarily need double-sided paper because most of it is hidden. So you could use single-sided paper. And then just whatever stickers you have. I'll link the art glitter glue. And then these bags that you can get on Amazon. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.